Hi there, Sagittarius, and welcome to your June love reading. So let's get started. Okay, so up first, I have for you um, Heart Path. Okay, so you sort of have this woman here, and she actually looks like she's walking towards you, but she doesn't have you can't see her face or anything. It's just like a blank, like just like almost like a black shadow like figure of a person. But there is a light around her from where she's coming from, and she's moving toward you. It says here, it's not worth pursuing a path without passion. This road will only lead you to uncertainty and frustration. Follow your heart and you can't go wrong. Yeah, and I really do strongly feel that energy coming through for you, Sagittarius, because I think for you, when it comes to relationships, you're somebody who you're not going to just like run to this thing that like you don't know what their face looks like. You don't know what they're like, right? And especially this can kind of be a little bit scary, honestly, because it's like, who is that person? Like when you can't see their face and they appear to you in such a like really like almost like haunting way. What is that like? What like that isn't really gonna like make you passionate about going toward that. Um, especially if you don't know if their intentions are good or bad. It's like how you meet somebody, I think, for the first time is really going to be like key here to understanding how you feel. And I think it's like, this isn't like a romantic image, okay? This isn't, oh, I'm chasing after love, right? This is you sort of seeing something in the distance that doesn't really strike you as safe or secure, and it's scary, okay? And also I feel like if this could be like I'm getting like you're scared of maybe like somebody seeing you um like because we do live in a very almost like a shallow sort of world or reality where it's like looks matter, right? You have to be like very attractive to somebody. And like the more rich you are, probably the more you can afford to look even more attractive. And it's like you invest in looking your best. Maybe you always have your hair done, your makeup done, okay? But those aren't things that are like always that at the soul and the root of a person. And we grow old, right? Our appearance changes over time. And if someone falls in love with us when they're young because of how we look when we're young, but they're like, yeah, but like looks fade, so I'm always going to be attracted to someone who looks young, right? They don't want to grow old with you. And I'm getting like this person looks like an elderly person, like somebody who is like an aged woman, kind of like a crone vibe. And I don't mean that in like a negative derogatory way. I just mean like maiden mother crone, okay? Triple moon goddess, a woman who is like older, wiser, has been around longer and has some stories that she wants to share. But it's like this is something that's scaring you quite a bit, like your future self. I must feel like, and what you look like in the future, and what your future looks like. I feel like it's symbolic to like how you can be seen from far away or from a distance. Um, I don't know. I think it's the energy I'm picking up on. Yeah, we have the observer. Yeah, you're observing. Look, it's almost like she is seeing this from a distance. She's looking at her future self, right? But this woman is walking alone here on this path, and you're seeing her walking alone. I don't think you want to be on a path alone. I think you want to be on a path with someone standing beside you, right? You're holding each other up, you're supporting each other, holding each other's hands down the path. And right now, you see yourself in the future, and you haven't met someone yet. And you're observing like what your future would look like if you haven't met someone yet. And is that going to be enough for you? Are you going to be satisfied with walking that path alone? Even if you meet someone and then something just like tragic happened and like you lost them, right? It would be terrible, right? Would you be still on that path alone, or would you like eventually open yourself up, right? These are very deep like thoughts that you're having. You're really thinking these things like about these things a lot, these concepts. Yeah, the Hanged Man. Something is up here. No, something is amiss here. I feel like you're hanging on to these thoughts or ideas that maybe love is too hard to actually, like, maybe you don't want to unlock your heart. Maybe you're having some reservations. Maybe you're doing some deep thinking here about what is it really worth falling in love. You're doing a lot of these deep thinking. Like, you're not in that, like, oh, I'm so in love, I'm ready to meet people. No, this is like you really not sure. Like, you're in limbo, sort of, okay? And you know you have the key to unlocking your truest potential, to finding somebody, but you just don't want to do it yet. And I feel like a lot of that is very, like, fear based. Distraction. This may not be aligned with your highest good. Tempting, deceptive, and secrets. With the red apple. Yeah, I mean, it's like very symbolic, obviously. Like, you don't want to be, you don't want your person to, like, get, you don't want to, like, put yourself out there, I feel like, and get with somebody, and then, like, they break your heart, right? Um, yeah, so it might be time to just, like, maybe take a step back from, like, all this, like, planning and all this preparing to meet somebody, and just take a step back and be like, it's not worth it if, like, my heart isn't in it. You know what I'm saying? And why isn't your heart in it? And I feel like it's because you've been with people in the past that have tempted you with a good time, a good relationship, but then they're deceptive and they have secrets, and, like, maybe you've been cheated on, right? That's a very strong possibility here. So I'll share with you a little bit, like, of a story I have, for example, where I became like this hangman, where I was scared to, like, love again or trust again, right? And fall in love again and take those steps, right? And I was in a relationship with somebody, and um, this is a long time ago, okay? But still, like, it's very vivid memory of it, because it has significance, okay? Emotionally, it has a lot of significance. And I'm an emotional being, okay? Anyways, I think we all are. So basically, I was with someone, and I had a very, like, emotional, intimate relationship with them. Like, we were officially boyfriend and girlfriend, and they had just, like, they had deceptive, like, I don't want to say they like were like the worst person to ever exist in the world. That's not true, but they were deceptive, okay? They were manipulative, okay? They knew what they were doing was wrong, and what they did is they were, like, making me believe that I was, like, or making me feel anyway. And there wasn't very a lot of good communication back then, because, I was younger, but they were making me feel like they were in love with me, right? And I thought that, right? And they let me believe that, right? And then they emotionally, like, disconnected from me, and they started talking to these other girls that I knew very, very well. I had a very personal relationship with them, and while we were still dating and officially a couple, and they were flirting with them, and it made me extremely uncomfortable. And then these girls were, like, very mean to me because they were jealous or envious or whatever of my, like, status of me having a boyfriend, a serious boyfriend. So they didn't care that they were hurting me. And so this guy, I ended up telling him, I was like, you're really hurting my feelings by talking to these girls and flirting with these girls, and you're not talking to me like I'm your girlfriend. And he said, I don't care. He's just like, I'm going to do it anyway. And that broke my heart. That just shattered my heart completely. Like, I was just devastated by that. And I was very young, and I was a very deeply emotional person. So I took it very, very seriously. And it was a serious thing. It is always a serious thing when you break someone's heart and you're not taking care of their heart. And I'm not going to defend him. Like, he knew what he was doing was wrong, and he did it anyway because he wanted to be cool or whatever. And so anyway, so he did end up, like, I did end up actually, like, just ending the relationship, because I was like, I'm not going to just say I'm your girlfriend if you're going to keep hurting me this way. And he didn't care, okay? He had already moved on emotionally. He was done. He had used me. He was done with me. He got what he wanted. He was moving on. So it's like, I'm telling you, it's like, it's just a perfect example of like, when you're with somebody, set the intentions of how you want the relationship to be, like in the beginning. And then if you see things go awry at some point, or see those red flags pop up eventually, because sometimes people will try to hide who they really are at first and then find out later. So start setting those thought processes in motion of preparing for somebody who could be deceptive, because I feel like you're one of those people who did fall victim to somebody who was lying to you, and they just wanted to like get in your social circle. They just wanted to be friends with you, right? And then they want to strike up a romantic relationship, but then they put in like zero effort, and then they never wanted to go on dates with you. They never wanted to like make it long term. It was just something temporary until they were done. Like they were controlling the whole thing the whole time. So you got to be aware of that. And I think that's what's like scaring you the most. Is like, am I going to end up alone because so many people just have hurt me, and I'm destined to be alone? Am I destined to be this like dark figure, like alone by herself in the forest, and I'm just looking at that as my future? It's so bleak. No, that's no. This is just how you feel right now. And you're scared right now to like trust yourself again and trust that there is someone out there for you. So it's okay to be in that stage in the journey of finding love and being in love, or finding your person, because that's a very normal, natural thing. Like after this guy broke my heart, I just was like, that's it for me, right? Like, I mean, I was like, there's no hope, right? Like I'm destined to be alone forever, right? And it sent me really into a very like sad, lonely place. But I also used writing in my journal about how I was feeling, and I also used like learning about other relationships. Like I watched a lot of rom-coms and learned about like, it's not really like realistic, but there are elements to stories, like themes and metaphors and things like that, that you can take away from movies. So it's all just like interconnected. And eventually I did find out that, he was like just this like really bad guy at relationships, and he just had a plan, he had an agenda, and I just, I couldn't stop him. There's nothing I could do to stop him. But it was meant to be, because then I realized like what I don't deserve that type of love. Like that's not love. That's not respect. Okay? So these things are lessons, okay? And sometimes we learn them when we're very young, and we don't know how to handle our emotions, and we don't know what to make of all of that. And we don't have people that are like, that wasn't right what happened to you, and apologize for that. And you know what? Like that happens. And you know what? It sucks. But then there are times when we do meet people that do treat us the way we deserve to be treated. And it's a beautiful thing, and it happens. It does happen. Okay, so pauses. Sorry, I'm making dinner for my family. So, anyways, so I had to get that together. But yeah, I just feel like in the past you've like felt so like unsatisfied. I wasn't happy the way things were going. Yeah, of course not. Like, why would you be happy? Like, this person really did a number on you and made you really feel like you weren't worthy of love or respect, which go hand in hand. So, do not take it personally. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have been like, do not take it personally, which is just like angered you even more to take it even more personally. And I really hate this saying, okay? But to a point though, it's like you can take it personally. You can absolutely take it personal, because it is personal. You had an intimate relationship with somebody and they broke your heart. Not only that, but they made moves on other people in your social circle that you were really close to, and those people betrayed you as well. So it's just like, it's very hard to not take that personally. It is a personal like offense, okay? But at the same time, just remember that like while you're taking it personally, while you're going through that process, just know like in the back of your mind that you aren't alone. Like there are other people too as well that are going through the same thing you have. And when you open yourself up to being ready for love, and when you open yourself up to understanding that you do deserve certain level of love and respect in your life, then you're going to start to like not care so much anymore that you were personally hurt. Okay, so I find like this card is so super like hilarious because this girl's like, oh, don't take it so seriously. Oh, it's not a big deal. But you really had like an emotional connection with this person, and you had a physical connection with this person. So it is a lot, okay? So you can take it personally, and if people around you are saying like don't take it personally, and it's not helping you feel better, it's time to go around people who are going to make you feel better and are going to let you have the safe space you need to take things personally that are personal. Okay, so yeah. Slow climb. You are getting there one steady step at a time with a little bit of effort. Worth the effort. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, knowing your dedication will lead you to rewarding discoveries. Okay, so just take your time with this, because if you're not ready to fully dive into a serious, committed, long-term relationship, then you're not, and that's perfectly fine to be there and take those little baby steps towards making actions that are going to be long term, and are going to help you realize like what you're looking for and how you're going to get there. Okay, divine timing. Be patient, for some things take time to manifest fully in your life. Trust the process, embrace uncertainty, have faith in the journey unfolding before you. Yeah, I was just saying this. Like, it's gonna take time, okay? You're going to have a little bit of time where you need to like reflect on what's happened. And from my own personal experience, it took me probably like a year or two to honestly like fully like embrace the change of what had happened in my life and what had been going on that became suddenly aware of, and it was a lot at once. And I feel like sometimes we get these huge giant like cracks in the road, where like there's like almost like an earthquake of like terrible emotional distress that just like makes it like look impossible to get over that huge crack in the road, like in the street, the road, the path, right? An earthquake can leave devastating damage that you can't just leap over a giant crack in the pavement that's gonna 100-foot drop or more, right? You can't just leap over that, right? That's a huge deep emotional, painful experience, right? But it's like little tiny steps, like little grains of sand. Little by little, you'll start building, a bridge, right? You'll start building, like a new. You'll be filling up the hole is like the first step, right? You got to fill up the hole, and you got to pour dirt in it and whatever other materials they use to fill those things, and then you start paving the way forward, okay? And it's going to take time, okay? You can't just leave the crack there, okay? You can't just let things be like so broken that you don't even move forward. And I don't think you're doing this, Sagittarius. I really don't. I think that what you're doing here is you're taking your time and you're taking little steps forward and moving forward little by little. And I think that there are people who are going to like try to sort of like sweep things under the rug, sort of say, or like try to like don't take it personally, right? Like, I hate that saying. They're gonna just try to like make it seem like, oh well, it's time to move on. You're like, you don't deserve a break, you don't deserve any time to like gather your stuff together and get prepared for the future. But it's like, you absolutely do deserve that time. You do deserve that time to feel hurt, and you do deserve that time to say, what, I don't feel like having fun right now because I'm still very hurt about this. And then over time you're going to start to open up yourself more, but you have to give yourself that time first. And I feel like you are trusting the process. Yeah, be here now. Practice mindfulness to be present in the moment and gain insight. Take great care. Nurture yourself. Prioritize well being and tread gently on your journey ahead. and you're doing that. The whole theme of this reading, Sagittarius, is that you come into this like being like, I do want to find love someday. I do want to find my person, but it's not going to happen as fast as I would like, or it's not going to happen, you know, at the speed that I thought it was, because you just came through a very huge heartbreak. I don't think it's been that long of a time. It really hasn't, in perspective. Even if it's been 6 months, even if it's been a year since this person hurt you, I just think it's like the hurt was so deep, and I think the hurt was happening for a very long time. I think the pain was consistently happening over a vast period of time, that it's left such a deep wound, right? It wasn't like a quick break. It wasn't like you were hanging out with someone for a week and then a week later they ghosted you, right? No, it was like very long term. And I'm not trying to minimize your pain if that's your scenario, but I am saying like this is a big relationship, I think, that really left you feeling very hurt and very vulnerable. Okay. So I've been there. It takes a while. It does take a while. It doesn't happen overnight. As much as like people want to say, oh, well, you got to just move on and, jump to the next thing. It's like, no, maybe that's not the smartest move, right? Because then people's feelings can get hurt, because you're not taking things seriously. So just think about that and take caution there. All right, so I have another message for you, and it's coming. Hope is on the horizon. In the face of challenges, remember that nothing lasts forever. Trust that the universe has good things in store for you. See, there you are going on your travels. I feel like you're not going to let this um, kind of scary looking figure here of feeling like you're going to be alone forever scare you from still going on a journey inward and finding yourself. And this is going to make room, actually, create space to welcome positive changes in your life. Let go of everything that doesn't align with the future you are creating. So once you let go of, being just like settling for a person that just doesn't treat you right again and again, over and over again, you're not going to make room for that in your life anymore. From now on, you're going to only make room for positive things. Life is a gift. Life is unfolding for you. So seize the day and make the most of every chance to be true to yourself and live to the fullest. It's time to cut out all the noise. Yeah, it's like that there's going to be noise. That there's going to be people that tell you what you need to do to find love, how you need to act, how you need to dress. Forget all of that and just focus on just being yourself and dressing the way you like to dress, acting, like the way you normally act, okay, and not changing that. And that's what's going to ultimately lead you to your soulmate. Okay, that's what's waiting for you. At the end of this path here is like once you get to that final place, that you're gonna find your soulmate. You have found your romantic counterpart, so you are gonna find them. If you haven't already, that it's coming in here. You can do it. You can absolutely do it. Okay, so believe in yourself. Have strength. That you can do it, and be present. Use the hours. Don't count them. Okay, so you might be one of those people that sits around and is like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Like, but no, you just go out there and see the world and explore and just be yourself, and then your soulmate and you will naturally find each other. Okay, so that's my message I have for you.
Okay, it's not the end, it's only the beginning.
Exactly. My daughter Love says it's not the end, it's only the beginning. And that is a beautiful message. And you have like these two little witch that are on a ride here in the book where it says like the end, but they're going off together on this dragon tail. So it's like you are writing the story of your love life, and you are going to find your person, and they are going to be somebody who wants to go on this journey with you. And that's maybe even a best friend. Friendship is vital to your romance. Feelings deepen and blossom. So those are my messages for you. Oh wait, one more message. Okay, Sagittarius, manifesting the one. Very soon your true love will arrive. There it is. Okay, what's that one? Let me see. I am always a child. Oh, I love that. See, having fun, nurturing your inner child. These are beautiful, beautiful energies. So that's what I have for you.
Like, if you want to wear a cat hoodie, do it.
yeah, if you want to wear a cat hoodie, do it. That's my message for my daughter Love. Treasured memories. So there's going to be some beautiful memories that are going to be treasured forever. Okay? Seriously, just do it. Okay? Um, that's what I have for you. Love and light always. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please, please, please. Thank you so much. Love and light always. Bye.